Today, let's have a look at Scott Moe, the Saskatchewan Premier. He's reacting to news that the Trudeau federal Liberal government and NDP coalition still, even though he didn't really rip it up now, did he, is considering export taxes as one possible response should Donald Trump ultimately carry out his 25% tariff threat. Moe wrote on X that such a response was never mentioned during his call with the premiers and Trudeau, and Global News interviewed him and nothing was said then. He has also pushed for a federal election so Canadians can choose who they would want for another 4 years and whether or not they want to mandate negotiations with Donald Trump using Poilievre or Trudeau. So have a listen.
That. And we should not be taxing the goods that we are producing, that Canadians are producing, and in any way. There is a path forward here. We need to work feverishly and work together, support one another in finding, our way to not having tariffs in North America. It doesn't benefit anyone in North America, regardless of what President-elect Trump is threatening. I think there's a way for us to find a better path. We need to find it. This is not an answer in an all-out trade and tariff war. Certainly not an answer.
Well, when you talk about a path forward, rather, you're also raising the idea of calling an election now so that Canadians can decide who will represent them in discussions with the United States. Do you not trust the current Prime Minister to carry out those discussions?
I'm one vote in all of Canada, and President-elect Trump has a strong mandate, probably the strongest mandate that I've seen in recent history, actually, as he sets stand for the White House. The Republican Party has a majority in the Senate and as well in the House, and a 4-year mandate to speak on behalf of Americans, and we don't have that. Our federal government is beyond what the 4 years that people would consider as the norm for any government to serve, and I think it's time. We're going to have an election anyway. We might as well have it sooner rather than later and ensure that we have someone sitting across the table negotiating with the incoming Trump administration or the newly appointed and inaugurated Trump administration that also has a 4-year mandate to speak on behalf of Canadians. I think this is a weakness that we have at the table right now, not necessarily the individuals that are at the table, but the fact that they don't have a mandate from Canadians. And a mandate would strengthen our bargaining position.
I've got to say, he has a great point there. Why is Trudeau knows he's going to lose the next election, all right? It's almost like the Conservatives knew they were going to lose the election in the UK. It's almost guaranteed that he's going to lose the election and Conservatives are going to take over for another 4 years. If Trudeau really, really cared about Canada, would he not call an early election? Let's see who is in charge for the next 4 years and then let them negotiate with Trump for his 4 years. So if we could get an election in the new year, January, that would be the best time for Canadians to choose a new government, or they could keep with Trudeau, but I don't think they will. There's a very slim chance of that. What a great idea. What a great common sense thing to say. Why are we negotiating with a government that's going to be kicked out the door in less than a couple of months? This guy has done more harm to Canada in the last week with Trump than any politician has ever done over the lifetime of Canada. Anyway, let's see what happens. See you on the next one, guys.